Let me give you a promise. In the next few minutes, you will learn 5 simple moves that can turn 30 minutes a day into smarter memory and stronger focus. No magic, no gimmicks, only methods backed by research and easy to use today. By the end, you will know one question that beats rereading, one spacing rule that saves hours, and a 3-minute reset that keeps your brain clear. Stay with me. We will close all 3 loops. If you have ever read the same page 3 times and still felt nothing, this talk is for you. Many of us confuse time spent with learning done. We push harder instead of working smarter. Today, we will fix that with a small habit stack you can run anywhere: a library, a dorm room, an office, a coffee shop. I will guide you through the moves. You will try a tiny demo in your mind as we go. Then you will be able to use a printable checklist if you want. But the steps are so simple, you can remember them without it. Move 1 is retrieval. Retrieval means you try to pull the idea out of your head before you look at the answer. It sounds small, but it is huge. Studies show that self-testing builds stronger memory than rereading the same notes. You do not need a full exam. 1 minute will do. Retrieval is like lifting a lightweight many times. Each effort strengthens the memory path a little bit more. Here is your 60-second drill. Take a blank sheet or imagine one now. Write the topic at the top. Set a 1-minute timer or count slowly to 60. Answer this in your own words. If I had to explain this to a friend, what would I say? When the minute ends, compare with your notes. Circle the gaps or say the gaps out loud. You just did more for your memory than 5 minutes of rereading. You proved what you actually know and what still needs work. Why does retrieval work so well? When you reach for the answer, your brain fires the path that holds it. That effort is the signal to grow the path. The next time you reach for it, the path is easier to find. Over time, retrieval builds knowledge that you can use on demand. Not only recognition when you stare at a page, real recall when the page is gone. Here is the magic question that can replace most rereading. Ask yourself, what question would prove I know this? Then answer it from memory before you peek. That single question turns passive reading into active learning. It pulls you into the driver's seat. If you can answer your own proof question without notes, you are ready. If you cannot, you now know exactly what to review. Move 2 is spacing. The brain forgets fast unless you remind it at smart intervals. Spacing means you split practice across days instead of cramming in one night. It also means you plan your reviews so each one is a little hard, but not too hard. Think of it like watering a plant. Too often, and you drown it. Too rare, and it dries out. Just enough at the right times, and it grows strong. How far apart should you space reviews? Use this simple rule of thumb. Plan your first review about 10 to 20% of the time between now and the day you need the knowledge. If your quiz is in 10 days, review in 1 or 2 days. If your exam is in 60 days, review in about a week. After that, expand the gaps. For example, review again a few days later, then a week later, then 2 weeks. The exact numbers are not sacred. The idea is to review right before you would forget, not while the answer is still warm in your short-term memory. You can use apps for spacing. You can use flashcards. You can use a calendar or a simple list. The tool is less important than the habit. Many people quit because they start too big. Do not do that. Start with one topic. Make 3 simple questions. Schedule only the next review. Keep it small and steady. Small and steady beats big and brief. Move 3 is interleaving. Interleaving means you mix similar topics during practice so you learn to choose the right method, not only to repeat one method. When you block practice, you do one type over and over. That can feel smooth, but exams and real work ask you to decide which method fits a new problem. That is where interleaving shines. Here is a simple way to interleave. If you study math, do 2 limit problems, 2 derivative problems, and 2 integral problems instead of 6 of the same type. If you study a language, mix tenses and topics, a past tense sentence, then a present tense sentence, then vocabulary recall, then a short translation. It will feel slower at first. That feeling of struggle is a good sign. Your brain is learning to tell patterns apart. It is learning to pick the right tool for the job. A common myth says master topic A first, then move to topic B. That can help confidence, but it often fails on transfer. Interleaving trains the decision step. It builds the skill of recognition. In tests and projects, Recognition is gold. Move 4 is the 3-minute reset. Our attention drops when we stare at one task too long. Short, rare breaks can reset your focus. In many tasks, tiny diversions prevent the classic drop in vigilance. Here is the reset. Stand up. Take a slow breath. Look out the window or far away to relax your eyes. Sip water. Do one easy stretch. No phone scrolling. Set a timer for 3 minutes so the break does not become a black hole. When the timer ends, sit down and start again. Your brain will feel cleaner. Why not longer breaks inside a short session? Because we are building momentum. Save longer rests for after your 30-minute block. The goal is to finish strong, not to restart from zero again and again. Move 5 is dual coding. Dual coding means you use words and simple visuals together. You do not need to be an artist. A box, a stick figure, an arrow, a timeline. That is enough. You are tapping 2 channels in the brain, the visual channel and the verbal channel. When you draw a tiny map of the idea and label it with 2 or 3 key terms, you make the concept easier to recall later. Try this now. Picture 3 boxes in a row. Input, process, output. Put the key terms inside each box. Next time you review, redraw those 3 boxes from memory in 30 seconds. Add the labels. You will be surprised by how much you can recall from a tiny sketch. Now let us stack all 5 moves into one simple session. One session, 30 minutes. Here is the blueprint. Minute 0 to 1. Set up. Write the topic at the top of the page. Start your timer. Put water nearby. Clear your desk. Silence extra notifications. One tiny prep minute saves many lost minutes later. Minute 1 to 6. Do a retrieval burst. For 1 minute, explain the idea to an imaginary friend in simple words. Then write or say 2 self-test questions that would prove you know it. Try to answer them from memory. Only then, check your notes. Circle any gaps. If you're speaking out loud, say the gaps clearly. For example, say, I cannot recall the second step. I cannot define the term yet. Clear words beat vague feelings. Minute 6 to 10. Make a quick visual map. Draw the 3 boxes. Input, process, output. Add only 2 labels at first. Keep it ugly. Keep it clear. The goal is memory, not art. Ugly but clear wins every time. If it helps, add 1 arrow or 1 timeline. Do not add too much. Simple pictures are faster to redraw later. Minute 10 to 13. Take the 3-minute reset. Stand up. Breathe slow. Look far. Sip water. Stretch once. No phone. Sit down when your timer chimes. You now have a fresh brain for the second half. Minute 13 to 23. Do interleaved practice. Pick 3 prompts or problems from different subtopics. Attempt each from memory. Use your notes only after the attempt. If you get stuck, write 1 hint to yourself. Then try again. The habit of trying first is the training. Over time, it will save you hours. Minute 23 to 28. Plan your spaced reviews. Use the 10 to 20% rule for the first review. If your goal is in 10 days, your first review is in 1 or 2 days. Add 1 flashcard or 1 simple question for each gap you circled earlier. You are building a small engine that will keep running after today. It will carry your memory forward with very little effort. Minute 28 to 30. Take a micro assessment. Ask yourself 2 quick questions that match the big ideas. Answer from memory. Score your confidence from 1 to 10. Write the score or say it out loud. This tiny score motivates your next step. It also shows progress, which keeps you going. That is the habit stack. It is simple. It works. If you want to run another 30-minute block later, do it. But do not stretch 1 block into a long one. Fresh starts beat long grinds. 2 short blocks beat 1 long and tired block. Let me share 2 short stories. These are simple and illustrative. They show how the moves look in real life. Amal is a second-year engineering student. She used to reread notes for 2 hours every night. Her grades were fine, but she felt fragile. Tests made her freeze. She switched to 30-minute habit stacks. In week 1, she made 12 small flashcards. She did short retrieval bursts. She made a spaced review plan on her calendar. By day 10, her micro-assessments rose from 5 out of 10 to 8 out of 10. The total time was about the same as before. The difference was control. She could recall on demand. Her confidence grew because she had proof. Luis is learning Arabic. He mixed tense practice with vocabulary, 2 prompts each. Then a 3-minute reset. He drew a tiny conversation map as his visual. A stick figure asking a question. A clock icon for tense. 2 arrows for word order. After 3 weeks, his speak without notes practice jumped from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Not perfect, but enough for a coffee chat. Enough to feel real progress. Now the stakes. If you keep rereading, you burn time and you build false confidence. You recognize a page when you look at it, but when the page is gone, your answer is gone too. Retrieval and spacing flip that script. They feel harder in the moment. That is good. The effort is the signal that tells your brain to grow. It is the work that works. Two amplifiers help your learning lifelong: sleep and movement. Sleep supports memory consolidation. Studying and then sleeping often locks in what you studied better than pushing late into the night. Movement helps brain health and is linked to memory benefits across ages. A brisk walk before or after study can help you feel clear. This is not medical advice. Results vary. Use what feels good and safe for you. Let us pause for a quick recap before we close the loops. Retrieve before you peak. Space reviews with the 10 to 20% rule. Interleave similar topics so you train recognition. Reset in 3 minutes when your focus fades. Draw and label simple visuals to use both words and pictures. These 5 moves fit into a single, repeatable 30-minute plan. Now we close the loops from the start. Loop 1 was the one question that replaces rereading. The question is this: what question would prove I know this? Answer that question from memory before you look at your notes. If you can answer, you are ready. If you cannot, you know exactly what to review. Loop 2 was the spacing rule. Your first review should be about 10 to 20% of the time until your goal. Then expand the gaps. This rule saves time. It also builds lasting memory with less stress. Loop 3 was the 3-minute reset. Stand up, breathe, look far, drink water, stretch once. Do not touch your phone. Then get back to work with a clear mind. This tiny ritual keeps your momentum without draining your willpower. Let us zoom out for 1 minute. Why do these simple moves work so well together? Retrieval gives you the truth about your knowledge. Spacing gives your brain time to strengthen it. Interleaving teaches you to choose the right method, which is the skill real life demands. The 3-minute reset protects your attention. Dual coding gives you 2 ways to remember, not one. Together they form a loop: test, plan, practice, reset, sketch, repeat. This is learning as a cycle, not an event. You can start today. Pick one topic. Write the topic at the top of a page. Ask the magic question: what question would prove I know this? Answer from memory. Circle the gaps. Draw the 3 boxes: input, process, output. Add 2 labels. Stand for 3 minutes. Then do 3 mixed prompts. Set your first review on your calendar. Score your confidence. Smile. You just built a system. Here are a few extra tips that make the system even easier. Keep your tools visible. A small stack of index cards on your desk. A simple timer. A pen that you like. Reduce friction so the habit starts fast. Keep your sessions short so your brain associates study with wins, not dread. If you miss a day, do not double the next day. Just restart the cycle. Consistency beats intensity. If you study with friends, try a quick turn-taking drill. Each person asks the magic question for their topic. The other person answers from memory. Then both compare to notes. Group retrieval can be fun. It can also keep you honest, but stay short and focused. 10-minute drills can do a lot. 2 hours of distracted chat will not. If you prefer digital, you can do the same steps with a tablet or laptop. Use a plain notes app. Create a template for the 30-minute session. Topic: 2 proof questions, 3 box sketch area, 3 interleaved prompts. First review date, confidence score. Keep it simple. Fancy apps are optional. If you are learning skills that need hands-on practice, like coding, design, or instruments, keep the shape of the steps and adjust the content. Retrieval becomes quick concept recall or writing code from memory. Interleaving becomes mixing tasks, like 1 layout, 1 component, 1 refactor. Dual coding becomes a quick diagram of the flow or the melody. The 3-minute reset still works. Spacing still works. The cycle still works. If you are learning facts for a test, build small flashcards that match the proof questions. Do not write long paragraphs on a card. Write a sharp question on one side and a short answer on the other. Shuffle a few into each day. Let the card tell you the truth. If you feel the answer jump into your head, great. If you feel a blank, great. Now you know what to practice. If you are learning languages, retrieval can be 1 minute of free speaking on a prompt. Then check the words you forgot. Spacing can be a simple calendar for prompts you repeat. Interleaving can be tense, vocabulary, and short dialogue mixed together. Dual coding can be a small scene drawing with labels. The 3-minute reset helps your mouth and your mind relax between bursts. Notice what we are not doing. We are not chasing hacks. We are not memorizing for the sake of memorizing. We are building skills you can use. Skills to explain, skills to solve, skills to choose. This is the heart of real learning. Let us do one more mini walkthrough together so it sticks. Imagine your topic is Ohm's law, or the French past tense, or supply and demand. Write the topic at the top. Ask the magic question. What question would prove I know this? For Ohm's law, you could ask, how do I find current if I know voltage and resistance? Answer from memory. For French past tense, you could ask, how do I form the past with avoir for regular verbs? Answer from memory. For supply and demand, you could ask, what happens to equilibrium when supply shifts right and demand stays the same? Answer from memory. Now draw the 3 boxes. Input, process, output. Put key terms in each. Stand for 3 minutes. Then do 3 mixed prompts. 1 numerical example. 1 definition. 1 scenario. Set your first review. Score your confidence. Done. Here's a gentle reminder. You do not need to feel ready to test yourself. In fact, testing while unsure makes learning stronger. The test shows your edges. Edges are where growth happens. Do not fear the gaps. Circle them. They are your roadmap. Here is another reminder. You do not need perfect tools. You need a repeatable rhythm. The rhythm is simple. Try from memory. Check. Sketch. Rest. Mix. Plan the next step. That is it. Do this for 1 week. Watch how your stress falls and your recall rises. If this talk helped you, I would love for you to subscribe and join the community. Tell me what you are learning this month and which one move you will try today. Retrieval, spacing, interleaving, the 3-minute reset, or dual code.